evening. Megan here, and it is Monday, the 18th of May, and I'm here with another Propel expansion segment. And tonight we're talking about divine order, divine order, that there is a way and a reason and a structure for everything. It's supernatural and it's divine. And it's in First Corinthians 14:14. And you know, as I know, when things are aligned in your life, then it propels forward. If things are not aligned, then they get stuck, they get stagnant, there's confusion that sets in. And it is a time that either you fight it or you ask for divine guidance. And that is that divine order and asking God for that guidance. There is a system to everything, there's structure. That's why to me the Propel program is so important because it gives you that structure. It gives you the structure to start, scale, and sustain the business and life of your dreams, because otherwise, you can say, I'm going to do XYZ. But if you don't have clarity, then and your why to why that you're doing that, then you're just going to, bandy about and try this and try that and go over there and end up not doing anything. So when you have a structure, and so that's why to me I put together the Propel program for you, because it gives you that structure. So the 5 C's is that structure: the clarity, the courage, the confidence, the commitment, and compassion. And compassion is compassion for yourself, because make no mistake, you're going to have things, and I'm not going to use the word mistake. I'm just going to say you're going to have things evolve in a different way than you thought. Several years ago, I was working on a project, and this just came to me, this understanding of or the reality and the illumination of this. Hello, 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 welcome to the Propel expansion. I'm Megan DiMartino. It's Monday evening, the 18th, here in Central Texas. We're about to go into tomorrow. It's a little before midnight here, and I do this at this time. Excuse me. I had something bubbly right before, sparkling water right before I went live. So anyway, I come live about this time every day, and when I come on, because going east, it is tomorrow, and going west, it's earlier in the day. So I just got back from Hawaii, and boy, did I experience that. Meaning, here it is midnight, and it's 6 hours earlier there. So when I was starting the day, we were finishing the day here. So it was, you talk about structure. It was, you know, um, uh, I mean, your time clock gets very disoriented, but also structure of the day, even though I was on a business trip, it was a break, so to speak. So I continued doing, or tried to anyway, do what was important business wise, i.e., staying to a structure. Okay. I was talking about First Corinthians 14:14, divine order. And there's order to everything. And that is that structure of God. And he guides us in such a magnificent way. And as I was saying before you guys started coming on, that when things are out of order, you know it. You do know it. And you feel it, you see it, you experience it, and you have to pull back and really go within and really seek guidance of what is out of order. Well, I started to share that a couple of years ago. I had gone to several um, um, let's just call them spiritual summits and um, workshops and things of that nature. And they were just great. They just really were put on by really wonderful people who had fabulous speakers. And They really were inspiring, and um, they were motivating. They were propelling me to take a few new steps. So in that, I really saw it, I thought anyway, God's guidance. And that's where my what I was given, I thought, I'm not saying it wasn't, but a domain name or a concept of biz ministry. So I own the name bizministry.com. And from there, so meaning my business and my ministry. My ministry is my business. So that evolved. And from there, guys, I felt that I would take that concept of business and ministry and put a program together. And A, I'm a woman, and B, I have been in business for many years. I've been an entrepreneur for over 40 years. So, with that said, and if you take my early career, it would be even longer, but that's not the point. The point is, it's been a long time. And back in the day, when I first went into business, it was very unusual for women, or let's say this, there were very few women entrepreneurs. Not saying there weren't women in business, but business entrepreneurs, there were very few. So I have been evolving my businesses, since 1992 when I launched my first skincare brand. Okay. So I've been focused on business and women. So, and then ministry, meaning sharing the Lord, the Bible, God's word, the Old Testament, the New Testament, tying them together, seeking wisdom and guiding it to you, tying it together for for everything I've done. So I came up with this, as I was studying some women in the Bible, specifically Fotine, the woman at the well, and then a few others, which many of you know, Esther, Deborah, and so forth, and others. I said, they all have a story. They all are important. They all were contributors to the uh, the history of God and the ushering in, Jesus Christ and his ministry and subsequent murder and then resurrection and ushering in the Holy Spirit and everything. And so I came up with this concept, which again I have trademarked, and it is called the Queen's Court. And so these are queens, and yes, Esther was a queen, Deborah was a judge, but many of them were not, other than, everyday citizens. And but they're queens in the court of heaven. Okay, so that's the backstory. So I then thought I'll put together a conference that I'll invite speakers, and we will speak to this and motivate and inspire women, and tying together the women of the Bible and business principles and functions to help people start, scale, and sustain. Great idea. Good idea. I had done a lot of legwork, landing pages, preliminary sales, the location here in the Austin market, one of the Sheraton hotels. It's a great conference center, on and on. I had put a deposit down, not a ton of money, but a deposit. And I all of a sudden heard, "Hmm, this is not," because it was coming up to where I had to really belly up to the bar and do a bigger deposit. And it wasn't about the money, because we were working on getting sponsors, and that was coming together as well. But I heard, and this is the point of the point, I heard, it's not no, it's not now. And so I share that in this context of divine order, because if I had done that in 2000, that would have been 2024, June of 24. I started working on the end of 23. When the rubber met the road, it was somewhere in that early February of 24. I mean, I really had to, you know, pull it together. I mean, I had a lot of legwork done, but I see now, if I had done that, I would not be doing what I'm doing now. And I'm not specifically speaking about this, but I am speaking about this, working with you. And so, because this is on some level the same difference as that, but it's in a much more intimate fashion. And I'm not saying I'm never going to do anything like that. I absolutely probably will, but it will be in his timing, not my timing. So it's that divine order, and you must pay attention to it. You must. It's imperative, and so that's why I was propelled to do the Propel uh, program in 21 after I sold my large full service day medical wellness spa, where we started doing regenerative stem cell in 19 and started working with the LifeWave Corporation with the stem cell activation patch in 21. And, you know, uh, God is just evolving me and guiding me. And this was the past weekend was the uh, rededication of the United States of America, the 250th um, anniversary of when the founding fathers came together. I think it was Congress actually that came together and dedicated May 17th for prayer, fasting, um, for this new country that was the Declaration of Independence was going to be signed in July of 76. So with that, 1776. So with that, this is the rededication yesterday. So I say to you, what are you dedicating to? What are you dedicating to? So I've dedicated my life to you to help you identify your dreams, goals, and aspirations and attain them. So go to propel.megandimartino.com/info. That's my link tree. My TED Talk is there. My book called Hope and Possibilities, Just Over the Horizon. It's never to subtitle, Never Too Late, excuse me, Never Too Early or Too Late to Create the Life of Your Dreams. That's there. The audio book is there. My podcast, Unique Leaders Live, the Propel Deep Dives, they're all there. These become podcasts, but just know that um, I am here for you. But remember, there is divine order. 1 Corinthians 14:14, where God gives us systems and structure and order. God saw, I wrote down this before, God saw before he released his best blessings in my life. Meaning, that's why I shared that story about the Propel, excuse me, the Queen's Court, but the Biz Ministry. None of that is a mistake. I will use those and have in. I've done many. Um, it, so let me back up. When you go to propel.megandimartino.com/info, and you can join the Propel community. And as I said, that is at no charge. And get a message of inspiration and encouragement daily, newsletters bi-monthly, the links at the archives and links to all the podcasting, really great people, influencers in many fields that will really help you. Then we do summits and webinars and so forth. Well, anyway, the um, the essence of doing that is like God saw before he released the blessing in my life. So he gave me the blessing of the putting together the bizministry.com, queenscourt.com. Absolutely. But giving me then, because I always am seeking, Matthew 7:7, ask, seek, knock. I'm always seeking, and he will establish that system in your life. So pray, seek, ask, and he will guide. We will work on clarity, we'll continue, and building that courage muscle, expanding into confidence that will lead to that commitment that you will never stop, never. And you will give yourself grace as God has. So I'll see you tomorrow for the next segment of the Propel expansion. Be blessed.